Eric Van Lustbader, best-selling thriller writer with more than 25 novels under his belt, is with us today to talk about his book, The Testament. So where did you get the idea for this book?
Well, ever since I wrote The Ninja in 1980, I've been interested in how the past affects the present. When I was doing research, I found an article that talks about the secret gospel of Mark. And it was in a letter that was found in 1958 in a monastery outside of Jerusalem. And the secret gospel was hidden in the church in Alexandria in Egypt. Why was it hidden? Because the gospel described Jesus performing a miracle. That flies in the face of religious and historical scholarship, which says that there was nothing supernatural about the historical Jesus. So being an author, I started to extrapolate, what if Jesus could perform miracles? So I thought, what if he did that using the quintessence, which is the so-called fifth element, the holy grail of alchemists? If that were the case, then after Jesus died, wouldn't the disciples think about resurrecting him using the quintessence? And if they did that, would that still make him the Son of God? And I was just fascinated by that whole train of thought, and I based the book around that.
Now, you've created two religious regimes, if you will, in your book. Are these fictional?
They're based in reality. There really was a Franciscan Observantine order, but the order I created are not Gnostic Observantines, which is quite a different thing and something that I made up. And so all of the situations in the novel are based on historical facts, but they've been processed through the sieve of my mind.
Tell us a little bit about your protagonist.
Bravo has been prepared by his father for the job he has to do without being told what the job is, or even that there is this secret society in the world that has created history that people don't know about. And that's really because of the role he is going to play in this secret society and in this secret world. If his father's enemies were to find out that he was going to be the successor, of course they would try to kill him. And so his father and mother have made the choice of not telling him about it. But then he, through an awful event, his father is killed very early in the book. He's forced to confront this new world and what his father has meant for him, but he can only piece it together through a series of very cleverly designed encryptions that his father has left for him.
How did you take over the Robert Ludlum legacy?
Bob and I were very good friends, and it turned out that my first thriller, The Ninja, came out at the same time as The Bourne Identity. And he loved my book, I loved Bourne, and we would talk about it quite a bit. Bob died, I guess, 5 or 6 years ago, and the executive of his estate called me up one day and asked me if I would like to continue the Bourne series. And I was absolutely thrilled. I said, I'll do it, but I want to make sure I can do it in my own voice. And he said, absolutely. So that's how it happened, and it's been a very happy time for me. I mean, I really enjoy doing Bourne and moving him on to different levels.
From your book, The Ninja, on, it seems that you are fascinated with outsiders, and you write a lot about outsiders. Why is this?
In college, I read a book called The Outsider that was a touchstone for me. And I realized that one of the great things about being an outsider is that an outsider is in a perfect position to stand back and observe society. I could look at all the aspects of society and comment on them. And to me, that's what my best heroes are able to do. After all, the reader, when they start one of my books, is an outsider. They don't know anything. So you need a hero who the reader can attach himself or herself to and gradually be drawn into the world of my books the way the hero is. And that way, the experience of reading the book is so much deeper than it would be otherwise.
The Testament is a thriller that sits somewhere between the real and the supernatural, brilliantly incorporating history with the contemporary social world we live in today. Be sure and get your copy today.